Ready? Cool. Corey, thank you for joining us. That's a great feeling to get back to winning ways and a clean sheet for yourself. Can I get your overall assessment of the game first?
Thought that was really good today. Thought we moved the ball excellent, around the back, played through the middle of the pitch, used the width, used our fullbacks or wing backs really well. Thought we were a real threat today, going forward and stuff. So I thought it was a real good performance from the boys.
Must be pleasing for yourself to get a clean sheet. We've often said, and a lot of fans have said they've almost felt sorry for you in the last few weeks. Some brilliant performances from yourself, and they just haven't been rewarded with that clean sheet. But it must be nice to get one today.
Yeah, it's lovely to get one today. It's an unbelievable feeling. Do you know what I mean? It's a big relief as well for the boys being able to come in and get a clean sheet at home in front of the fans and stuff. The last couple of games been difficult. Obviously, played some really good opposition, and I thought we've done really well today, especially today as well. They had a couple of good chances and still managed to come out with a clean sheet, so it's good.
Yeah, how much of sort of a weight off the shoulders is it for the lads to get back to winning ways? As you said, we played some really good opposition in the last few weeks, but it must be a really good feeling and as I say, a weight off the shoulders to get that 3 points finally.
Yeah, obviously we've been in a little bit of a downward form where we haven't really won a game for the last 4, I think it is. So obviously when you, especially now where it's Saturday, Tuesday, I think a win at this stage in the season is really good for momentum, so we can just keep it going. If we can keep turning out performances like we did today, and you know what, we just keep racking up the points, whether it's 3 or 1, do you know what I mean? Just another point in the right direction really, so just keep going.
Yeah, lots of contributions, as we spoke to the gaffer about, from players off of the bench, and there's been a lot of changes in the last few weeks. Obviously, one thing that you would have noticed, being one of the more consistent players in the squad this season, it must be a good feeling for a lot of the players that they're making these contributions, and it shows how important a big squad can be, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. I think everyone wants to play at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? So obviously you can't only field 11 players at one time, but everyone wants to play and everyone works hard in training to get into that team. So it's a real competitive battle in the training ground and during training. So it makes training 100 times more enjoyable, 100 times more better in terms of the quality and the levels, intensity and stuff that the boys put out. So yeah, I think that especially the boys that come off the bench and that make a big impact. Like today, obviously Lolo comes on and scores. Obviously all scores as well. But you see boys coming in and filling in positions obviously as well. We look at our transfer window as well. Obviously Jez has come in and started to play games and he's done really well. Really gelled into the squad really nicely. So yeah, I think it's important that we have a big squad, but I also think it's important as well that we have a big squad, but everyone's looking to play and really get minutes in, and will make a real impact for the team.
You touched on it briefly already, but how important can this victory be for the next few games? As you've said, we're in that sort of back to back for a while now. We've got a few Saturday, Tuesdays coming up, and a win like this can really kickstart a good run of form, isn't it? Which we've had before this season.
Yeah, of course. As I said, it's Saturday, Tuesdays, and the games come thick and fast. So if you pick up 3 points, if you pick a win up here today, then I'm not sure how our next game is. I'll focus on one by one. But so when we go look into our next game, which is Tuesday, and obviously then Saturday. I think we have a break after that, we have just back to Saturday, but it's still good that we have 3 games in a week where we got a win today, so then now Tuesday we can really go and attack it with really no fear, where we're coming off a really good victory and a really good performance. It's a real good morale around the place. So training, when we come in, everyone be happy and positive instead of coming in and it's negative. So I think that's a real big effect for the squad.
Corey.
Hi Corey. You didn't have loads to do today, but right at the end there you pulled off a brilliant save from a header. How hard is it to keep that concentration throughout when you haven't had lots to do during the game?
It's not massively difficult. I think that you find ways as a keeper as well to stay in the game. I think that when I was growing up, I think I was obviously told that as a keeper you're probably in the game for an average of about 12 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, so as long as I'm not saying as long as you're consistent for 12 minutes, but the damn moments you have to be switched on. Even through the game when the ball's at the other end of the pitch, speaking to the back three, speaking to whether it's Harry or Will or Dion, getting them in, making sure that they're doing their jobs, and that ultimately keeps me alive and active in the game as well. So you might see me scream and shout at a lot of the boys and get them in, get them to do what I really want them to do, and then that keeps me alive. So yeah, I think it's quite easy and you find ways to do it.
Yeah, and earlier in the season there was a change in the league goalkeeper. Luca came in, you were playing in the cup games now, but you fought your way back. How tough was that not playing in those league games, but how pleased are you that how you bounced back and how well you performed since you've come back in there?
Yeah, no, I think Luca's a great goalkeeper. I think he's a really, really good keeper, and he's gone to Knots now, and I think he's playing at the moment now, not just where he played today, but he did play last game, so he's a top keeper, top lad, do you know what I mean? So, but obviously there was one goalkeeper can play at a time, so you're always competitive, always looking to play games. So of course it's difficult when you're in the squad and then you almost essentially get dropped, but you just have to keep fighting for your place. And obviously with the goalkeeper union and stuff like that, when Luca was here, obviously now it's Ryan, Sandy, we're just positive with each other. It's not anyone's fault why you get dropped or whatever, or the manager makes a decision. It's not Luca's fault at the time. So you just stay positive with him and push him and hope sure that he plays well, really. Just doing everything you can to be a good team player.
Excellent, thanks Corey. Any other questions? Yeah.
Obviously you've had a lot of criticism in the past, and I'm pretty sure you addressed it, I think, one time on Twitter. How does it feel that you're now proving them wrong?
I think it's not so much like proving people wrong. I think everyone's allowed an opinion in football, and that's where football is a game of opinions at the end of the day, where someone might think you're excellent and someone might think you're not so good. And that's why people have careers and people don't, ultimately. So obviously I addressed it because I thought it was unfair at the time. But I also think a lot of that was to do with last season as well, and obviously the club wasn't in the best of position. Obviously we were fighting to not go down and we're in a relegation scrap. So the fans obviously they're fully allowed an opinion, and they're able to speak their mind if they want to speak it. But if it's unfair, then I'll ultimately come back at them and tell them what I think as well. It's fair, innit?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.